side control, how you end up there is ideally you don't. But if you were to end up there, it might happen from someone standing up doing like some sort of trip, some sort of coming in onto a throw perhaps, bringing it over, maybe doing a wrestling style takedown. And this is the position. So I'm past his legs, I'm in between his knees and his elbows, not ideal. And a lot of times they'll get some upper body control on you. If you go topper. So how to try to prevent this? Of course, stand up, you try to take them down instead of them taking you down. If you're not able to take them down, you might resort to pulling guard and playing guard from there, or sports jiu-jitsu. You might just start off with the guard anyway. So try to keep him away from you with your guard. If you can get any sort of upper body control, feet and biceps, lassos, cross collar and sleeves, that'll keep him at bay. If he gets closer to you, you might get your de la hivas. If he gets closer again, you might do something involving your knees, like reverse de la hiva, or if he drops to his knee shields. If he gets closer again, you might play half guard. But we're going to concentrate, so he has to get through a number of things to get this close. If he gets closer again, so he's after getting past your guard, this stage here we should be framing. Should be doing some sort of frame and looking to get your legs back into the game. At a minimum, getting your knee to your elbow and then working from there, or else getting yourself out of there all together and getting him back in front of you. So ideally, we'll work today on frames. If he gets close, frame and go. So when you're doing a frame, it's temporary. You're not going to hold him here 20, 30 seconds. And when you do a frame, try not to leave your arm in such a position where it's easy for him to armbar or attack in other ways. So we're framing temporarily, get your legs back in or move yourself out of there. If he does get closer, try not to let him get more control than a normal side control. Keep going back for a second. So if our frames fail and he's getting closer, try not to let him get some of these other things. One, an arm isolated as well as the side control. So arm isolated might be he's dropping in and he's got your wrist, or maybe starting to cinch it up here. Maybe he kneels on this one as he comes in. There's a number of different ways you can isolate your arm, and that just makes the position worse for you on bottom and makes it more likely that you get a submission. Head control is the big one. If he gets a good cross face or other ways of controlling your head, this makes it much worse for you. Head and arm, he's going to mount, armbar, etc. as well. So just ideally don't end up, or another one would be if he ends up behind you. So side control and you're facing away and he's in here, he's very close to your back. So when you're getting the bottom position, try frame and get your guard back. If you frame here and get your guard back. If you're too late on the frame, try to end up in a position where you're structurally strong and it's hard for him to isolate an arm straight away, get head control straight away, or to expose your back. So they'd be the three main ones you're looking for. If he does get in here and we have our frame, we have our position here, either, very common would be either forearm on neck and forearm on hip, or else this hand in front if you want to block the head control. So working off whichever one you prefer. From there, main escapes would be to try and get your knee and your elbow back touching. That'd be your knee elbow escape. From there, you can get your knee in underneath, get some space, you can put your foot over the top and square and back off, whichever you prefer. Other option would be, the other main one, would be underhook type escapes. If you just can't get your knee to your elbow for whatever reason, you might be able to grab this leg, opening them off, coming up on the outside, and working from there. So that's a bit of an overview or a recap on side control. So one, ideally don't end up there. Two, just before he establishes it, if you can frame and get your legs back in position, that'll make everything much easier for you. If you can't do that, try to land in such a position where he hasn't got an easy back take, easy head control, or an easy isolation of a limb, and then from there, using your position to get your knee elbow or your underhook escape. Alright, on two guys, 1, 2.